see. Talking about romantic relationships seems a little taboo for me. It's like talking about religion or politics in a bar. You just don't want to do it. I'd rather talk about family. Baby and Ivy say that family members have more power to shape our self-concepts and affect self-esteem more than other people. I grew up in a tight-knit family. We grew up in South St. Louis in a 4-family flat with my grandma, aunt, and uncle on top, my great-grandma on bottom, and kids in every house up and down the lane. Me being the youngest, I spent most of my time watching Guiding Light and my favorite movie, Grease. I'd watch it every single day. One of my favorite scenes from the movie is the pep rally where Danny and Sandy are reunited, and Danny has to put on his cool guy act, and Sandy runs away crying, and her only friend in the whole wide world, Frenchie, comes to console her and tells her, men are rats. They're fleas on rats. They're amoebas on fleas on rats. They're too low for even the dogs to bite. The only man a girl can depend on is her daddy. Well, what if daddy's not around? Who do you depend on? I depend on my mom. She's been my best friend since I can remember. We've had ups and downs in our relationship and gone through many of the different stages from intensification to intimacy, turmoil, and individualization. I like to think of my childhood years as our period of intensification. We got to spend as much time together as we could. We laughed, we joked, we chased each other around the house, and just really got to know who each other was. My mom taught me to be one of the strongest, most independent women I can be, and I've always really looked forward to that growing up. Even as a teen, I still could look at my mom as one of my guiding lights. You'd think that, becoming a teen mom at 16 would create a sense of turmoil in my relationship, but not my mom. She did everything she could, from changing diapers to staying up all night, and she even changed jobs. So that created a great deal of intimacy between the two of us. We really could share a bond of not only mother and daughter, but mother to mother. But what's the story without a little conflict? Like Baby and Ivy say, of all the relationships we experience in our life, none are more complicated than family. My mom and I relationship really didn't see much conflict until I got married. I like to think my mom was a little miffed because she couldn't call the shots anymore. It was hard for us to define our relationship. We didn't really need each other as much anymore. I didn't consult her on opinions and call her every day of the week. I still loved her, but I was a grown-up now. Unfortunately, my marriage didn't last, but who was there to pick up the pieces? My mom. We got to go right back in to the bond we'd always known. So if you can't depend on Daddy, know in my family at least, you can always depend on Mom.